this is actually an ADCC thing in general. So we don't really DQ in the opens. I can probably count on one hand the number of people that I've DQ'd. There was one kid who got put in a buggy choke and tried to slam out of it in a youth division. So that kid I definitely DQ'd. But other than that, we don't really DQ that much. I mean, we want to make sure that the opens are a good experience for everyone. And if you make a mistake because you didn't know the rules 100%, well, it's not always the case that we have to DQ you. So, in the clip that you're talking about, one kid has a front headlock and they're standing and he kind of jumps guard and flips the kid over. The kid wasn't injured. There's no harm, no foul. So we just stand them back up in a neutral position. That's already penalizing the kid who had front headlock, right? Because he no longer has front headlock. You're not allowed to use an illegal move to, change a position or whatever, right? So there's a really common example where the kids will lock kind of like a scissor with their legs around the other kid's head, especially like if you're in close guard and they'll kind of hop it up to the head, maybe to defend double unders passing or whatever. And if you were to use that to kind of knock someone over, then we would just stop it, restart it in the same position, give the top kid double unders again until you can't lock your legs, and that's totally fine. Everybody has like a different kind of degree that they like to allow leeway, but if a kid's crying, I try to, give them time to recover. There was a beginners match that we had recently where an athlete started to kind of have a little bit of a panic attack, and I talked to him, asked the other opponent, hey, I'm sure that you would love to have this match. Do you mind if this guy gets time to recover? It's just a beginner's match. It was both of their first tournaments, so it's not high stakes or anything. These guys are not like preparing for trials. So we want to make sure everyone has a good experience. And if your opponent has to tap from having a panic attack and we could have otherwise allowed him to continue and you don't get to have a match, well, that kind of doesn't give you the full value for your registration. So
Mhm.
I'm not speaking for all of ADCC. This is what I do personally. But that in that specific instance, the guy who was kind of having a bit of a panic attack, he just told the guy, "Hey, it's fine. You can win this match, and I'll just go to the losers bracket." He had a crazy comeback and just macked up on everybody all the way through the consolation bracket, and ended up winning bronze, which was kind of a super cool story for him to be able to come back from that really devastating loss where he had that difficulty with the panic attack and then came back and won.